Hello, I'm Malcolm Cox, and this is another edition of What We Are Reading, and we have a new book. Here it is, Zeal Without Burnout by Christopher Ash. Ash, Burnout. What an appropriate name. There is a challenge in the Christian life and Christian ministry, whether we're professional in that sense of being paid to do Christian ministry or we're doing it as a part of our life, as well as other secular jobs we do. The challenge is that anybody can burn out in an unhealthy and unhelpful way, perhaps a bit like Elijah. And burnout is a very real challenge. When we burn out, we burn out. And is that necessarily a good thing? It's good to burn brightly, isn't it? As it says in the Message version of, let me find it, Romans 12:11. Don't burn out, keep yourselves fueled and aflame. There we go. Keep yourselves fueled and aflame. Another translation, never be lacking in zeal, but keep your spiritual fervour serving the Lord. So how do we balance this spiritual fervour with the idea of being a sacrifice and of giving our whole hearts to God? And of course that may cause us to make great sacrifices. Indeed, the Christian life just does. What do we do about that? And so in this book, Christopher Ash addresses these issues. And he begins in the introduction by giving us some sober statistics. Now these just apply to the United States. I'm not sure about the United Kingdom, but I doubt they'll be very different. And he gives us these thoughts about the challenge with burnout that many people find in doing Christian ministry. And I think this applies to professional ministry in that sense, or non-professional ministry. But let me give you this. It's estimated in the United States that about 1,500 people leave pastoral ministry every month due to burnout, conflict, or moral failure. That's a lot of people, for whatever the complexity of all the reasons are. A third of pastors say they feel burned out within just 5 years of starting ministry. And almost a half of pastors and their wives say they have experienced depression or burnout to the extent that they have needed to take a leave of absence from ministry. So these are the challenges we face. How do we cope with the inevitable challenges that living as a Christian and ministering to others brings with it? What do we do about it? And in this book, he hopes to answer that question. So I'm just in the first chapter or so. I'll bring you some of his thoughts in detail in future videos and recordings. But for now, I'd like to ask us to think about how we deal with the challenges of pressure in the ministry that we give in the Christian life. In 1 Corinthians chapter 10, it says this in verse 12. So, if you think you are standing firm, be careful you do not fall. That is a warning to those of us who feel like, oh, I'll never burn out. I'm just fired up for God and I'll always have faith. And these people who burn out and have depression in the Christian life, well, they're just weak in their faith. I think Paul might say, be careful if you think you're standing firm. He himself seems to have gone through some tough times that we might describe as burnout. Anyway, we'll come on to those a bit more in other videos to come. What do you do when you feel the pressure, like you can't carry on? Let me know. Let us all know so we can share these ideas. You can email me, mccx@mac.com, or you can leave a message anywhere you hear or see this recording. Until the next time we look again at Zeal Without Burnout, I hope you have a wonderful day and God bless.